Good, happy Saturday morning is Saturday, January 18, 2025. I'm Riley King, and welcome to WRMK Morning News. Let's get started right now. First up, Rep. Maggie Goodlander celebrates swearing in with event in 2nd Congressional District. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
Yeah, Representative Maggie Goodlander, the Democratic representative, was sworn in on January 3rd in D.C. to the House of Representatives. But here, she wanted to address her constituents right at the start of her term here in the 2nd District, as she did today. Now, Goodlander is on the House Armed Services Committee. She is also on the Small Business Committee. She mentioned some priorities, which were protecting Social Security, Medicare, protecting equal rights. She says that her main role is to work for the Granite Staters that put her in this position of power.
It is truly the honor of my lifetime to represent New Hampshire in the People's House, and today was an opportunity to take the oath of office in front of the boss, and that is the people of New Hampshire.
We had some notable faces in the audience supporting her. Former Governor John Lynch, who spoke, Senator Hassan. We also had former Supreme Court Justice Soter there supporting her, all expressing optimism about her leadership. We're live in Concord tonight. Isabel Laturce, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Defense rests at trial of former YDC worker. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
Clear message in court from former Youth Development Center employee Stephen Murphy, accused of sexually assaulting a teen while he was being held in the facility in the 1990s.
Steve, did you sexually assault Michael Gilpatrick?
Absolutely not.
Did you physically assault him the way he described in Brad Asbury's office?
Absolutely did not.
Prosecutors asked Murphy if he was trained in restraining the kids living there. Michael Gilpatrick says he was held down in the stairwell by Murphy and others when the attack happened. Murphy's answer was the same for all of them.
No, I'm giving you the same answers. I just can't. I do not remember these trainings.
Gilpatrick's wife, other former YDC employees, and another former resident all took the stand before Murphy. The defense kept circling back to claims that an attack in the stairwell wouldn't go unnoticed.
When you're inside, you can hear everything. You can hear people in the TV room, upstairs in the cage. You can hear something going on down in the TV room. And that's quite a distance away.
Murphy says he was motivated to take the job at the YDC.
But the ultimate goal was to form a plan for each resident to eventually get back out into the community.
Now, as a reminder, Bradley Asbury was convicted last November in the same incident. That conviction for accomplice to aggravated assault for what happened allegedly at the YDC. Because of the MLK holiday on Monday, jurors will return Tuesday morning at 9 for closing arguments. In Manchester, John Schoenheider, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Peterborough woman volunteering with Red Cross. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
I love helping people. I mean, I've done it all my life.
For Peterborough native Deb Budney, a life of service came as a no-brainer.
I can't donate money, but I can at least donate my time.
Deb's a volunteer with the American Red Cross. Right now, she's a supervisor at the Westwood Recreational Center shelter in LA, a shelter taking in victims of the California wildfires.
Most of them have lost everything.
Deb says making people feel as comfortable as they can is her team's top priority, and the donations still pouring in are helping.
The people in the community have been great.
In her 4 years with the nonprofit, she's seen plenty of hardship, but says sitting front row to so many stories of loss doesn't get easier.
When they put out a campfire and they see nothing but ashes, that's what these neighborhoods look like. I'll go home 2 weeks from now with certain families that are like stuck in my head. and I wonder how they're doing.
Especially when thinking about the hundreds of families at her shelter still in the dark about what to do next.
They're sitting on pins and needles. So you kind of like give yourself a little more to them.
So while the road to recovery in LA is long, Deb says she's committed to helping as many as possible get back on their feet.
We're part of this great country, and we're there to help each other in hard times.
So Deb says she'll be in Los Angeles for the next 2 weeks. She says their work is tiring and it's mentally draining, but the volunteers are making sure to take care of themselves so they can show up for the victims. In the studio tonight, Imani Fleming, WMUR News 9.
And WMUR is...
Okay, and there you go on that report. Man suspected in nationwide Walmart theft escapes. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
Every retailer deals with shoplifters, but few end up on the Walmart-wide wanted bulletin. This man did, and police say he showed up at the location in Gorham Thursday night.
You would think it's just big cities, Boston, Philadelphia, New York, Dallas, Houston, but no, it's here in Gorham.
Gorham Police Chief Jimmy Wilhoit says a Walmart employee recognized the man. Zaire Rufin, wanted for allegedly using fake receipts to steal $60,000 worth of electronics from locations across the country.
Just pick them up, and the electronics people, they have a receipt. Obviously, it's a fake receipt, so electronics personnel gives them the items they request. The 26 confirmed throughout the U.S. where they've hit. They've hit 13 other states, from Texas all the way up to Maine.
Wilhoit says this was a chance to catch someone involved.
So one of our officers responded up there, made contact with the individual as he was walking out the door.
The officer briefly detained him, but he got away in a car with another driver.
Next door to the Walmart, where there was a waiting car and a driver, and he hopped in the passenger seat.
Wilhoit says he tried to stop them, but it was too dangerous.
There was oncoming traffic. They didn't have their lights on, so terminated the pursuit.
State police then spotted him.
They got up to almost 130, possibly, so they canceled their pursuit. They were last seen headed into Vermont.
The chief says they last saw Rufin headed north in a white Hyundai with Michigan plates. Anyone with information should contact Gorham Police. We're live in the studio. Isabel Linters, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Authorities searching for a Campton man that is wanted. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
People up in Campton hearing a helicopter tonight, and now we know why. Police are trying to find this man. Christopher Adams is wanted on warrants for felony offenses. He is believed to be around a mobile home community there. Police say if you see him, do not approach him and give them a call.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Trump moves inauguration indoors due to the dangerously cold. Let's take a listen to that report from CBS News.
The nation's capital right here is preparing for Donald Trump's inauguration on Monday, but a polar vortex is forcing a major change to the plans, moving the ceremony indoors for the first time since Ronald Reagan's second inauguration 40 years ago. We get more now from CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
After months of preparation and weeks of rehearsals, President-elect Trump is now set to take the oath of office and address the nation in the Capitol Rotunda, rather than the traditional west front of the Capitol. Trump cited the Arctic blast sweeping the country and said he doesn't want to see people hurt or injured in any way. Just hours after the decision to move the inauguration indoors here in the Rotunda, they're already setting up the new platform where Donald Trump will be sworn in. Instead of thousands of people watching outside, it'll just be a few hundred in here, the most important of those VIPs, members of Congress, former presidents, cabinet officials, and those visiting dignitaries from around the world. But Trump supporters we met today, who traveled to Washington for the event, said outdoors would have been better.
They should dress warmly to come out because it's a historical event, and It should be outside, I would think.
I would stand in the 5-degree weather in order to support of what he's going to do, what he did in the past, and what he's going to do in the future.
Moving it all indoors has happened before, exactly 40 years ago, when temperatures for Ronald Reagan's second inaugural plunged to 7 degrees.
President of the United States.
As for security, about 25,000 law enforcement officers are already on hand. Helicopters and drones will help track crowds, but with 250,000 tickets for people on the National Mall, there are new challenges.
You have a lot of people that were hoping to watch this inauguration physically present who are no longer going to be able to do so. So there is a risk of mass gatherings in and around the inauguration site that was likely not going to be a factor when the inauguration was planned to be outdoors.
Moving the inauguration indoors means organizers are now planning to stage the inaugural parade's musical acts at a downtown Washington arena, where Trump is already set to host a campaign-style rally Sunday night. No matter the weather, come noon on Monday, Trump is set to be sworn in. Nora?
Lots changing here. All right, Ed O'Keefe, thank you so much.
Okay, and there you go on that report. We're going to switch gears now and let's take a look at your weather right now. And your weather for today. Cloudy with rain developing this afternoon. High 41 degrees. Winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 80%. Tonight, light rain this evening, then becoming foggy. Low around 30 degrees. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 80%. And tomorrow, partly cloudy skies during the morning hours will give way to cloudy skies with snow developing in the afternoon. High 38 degrees. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of snow 70%. Snowfall around 1 inch. And it is currently fair and 26 degrees out there this morning, so you might want to bundle up. And let's take a look at those roadways on this Saturday morning. On 93 heading into Massachusetts, not too bad of a ride over there. 293, not too bad of a ride as well around the Manchester area. A little bit of medium and slow-paced traffic, but not too bad. 93 around Hooksett, Pembroke, and Concord. You got fairly nice smooth sailing ride. A little bit of medium and slow-paced traffic around the Hooksett area. And kind of near the Concord area as well. 393, not too bad of a ride. A little bit of medium-paced traffic as you approach Route 4 in Chichester, and along Route 4, some medium and slow-paced traffic there, but not too bad. Route 16 of the Spotlight, not too bad of a ride. 95, not too bad of a ride as well. 101, not too bad of a ride as well in Merrimack, Nashua, and to that boat in Massachusetts. Okay, ride, but after Merrimack, you got medium and slow and stopped traffic all the way through Nashua, kinda. And then once you get into that border Massachusetts, fairly nice smooth sailing there. That's a look at your traffic, and that does it for this Saturday edition of WRMK Morning News, right here on WRMK News Radio. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Have a great day, and goodbye.